Welcome back to part 3 of What If Zuko Was. I forget her name. Sorry, Beth. Right? So, in the last one, and sorry for being a little bit late, 8, I had company over, so, yeah. So, basically, I, so in the last part, there was, I went and I said that there was 4 people. The 4 people, one of them was All for One, Shiraki-sen, Kirigiri, and the Quark Doctor. All 4 of them were, like, talking, as Shiraki-sen was the lucky few that... Here, let's go down to here so that the... So, Shiraki-sen says, what should we do with the one that annihilated all the villains and killed that Nomu during the USJ thing? Funny that you ask. I was thinking, if this kid that annihilated all that had power, he should be the successor to have the my quirk instead. Because every time that you who try to try to accomplish a mission, you end up failing me, Shiraki-sen. Yeah. So Shiraki-sen is like getting angry. Here. Shiraki-sen gets angry. That he wants to be praised by his master, but since a new guy, the one that you saw, the Zuko, and so the court doctor tells them that the Zuko, the reason why he can change his body from being scrawny to being super big, buff guy. And this is what I imagine. So yeah. And I forgot to mention something. So during all this time, Momo, who through all, I forgot in the other 2 videos, but I'll mention her here. So Momo, after she saw how first when she saw him cute, like when he was little, she wants to be his girlfriend. Like, basically, how adorable he is. Yeah. But then when when during the USJ thing, she was like her eyes looked like that because he like was like things he's so cute and cool at the same time. So there could be competition between Momo and her. Whatever. So yeah. They always like spark without them even realizing it. So yeah, then now it got back to the camp park, the Momo had, and or of course she was paired up with Todoroki. Okay, as yeah, as Momo is muttering that she should have been with Zuko instead of that other girl. So yeah, they were fighting. Or yeah. So basically, yeah. So then the whole USJ thing, or no, the after the camp park, All Might vs. All for One thing happened. As Zuko, who was basically strong, and a person that got kidnapped was his sister. So, yeah, because his sister has One for All, and it doesn't do nothing to the, as Mr. Aizawa thinks in his head. So, when he heard that his sister got kidnapped, you know, like that Dragon Ball Z style? As he gets really angry. Like he goes, ah, kaboom. No, I'm real mad, boy. Yeah. He transformed into a literal. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I just had to take a phone call real quick. And yes, so in this, like where we left off, it was now, of course, Zuko was like mad. Like he can. So when everyone is worried about him, as they try to calm him down. Like they're like, we'll get him back, or we'll get her back. As he cracks his knuckles, as he jumps, hums, and he's not just a normal person that, like, he is the unique type. Yeah, so he lands right before, like, of course, the All for One tells All Might that he will die by his hand as the laser attack is about to hit him in his chest. But then, out of nowhere, there was a giant swing thing. Like how Zoro with the no sword style is. As he just swatted the attack away. As when the smoke cleared, or like when the smoke says, or like dust thing, as he says this, as it's not good for you to try to kill someone that I am admired to become a pro hero. Oh. As a voice, as All Might looks over in shock. Like he saw, I'll use mirror as his face. So he was in shock of what All Might, or what the Zuko just did. As he is in a bad mood. He's at level 3. Once he is at level 3, the building starts to reform into hands, and the roads became barriers as they see how powerful he really becomes. Yeah. As his sister got, because one of the buildings, his hands took her away from the villains and put her with her parents. And yeah, Zuko is walking menacingly. Like he's ready to go toe to toe with it. As All Might is scared of him. Everyone that was surrounding them is like having different emotions. Toga has love for him. Dobby fears him. And of course, later respects him as a person. Magnus woke up from her nap. She's terrified of him. And of course, I forgot to mention, during the camp arc, when the villains attacked, before the villains attacked, or like during that, Zuko just went ham on Musclier, and Musclier got himself killed. Yeah. And some people say he's the strongest one. And Musclier already remembers who Zuko was. He's the same guy that defeated him once. Back then, when he was only age of 5, Koda's parents were still alive. Zuko steps in to protect them as he used his powers of time, and he walks up to to Musclier and beats the snot out of him. Yeah, like pow pow, boom boom, pow pow. Yeah. And after that, ever since then, he promised the to get his revenge on those people. But it turns out it was, as Zuko says, that's funny. The only one that really defeated you, Musclear, was actually me. A 5-year-old kid versus you. Yeah. As Musclear gets angry, he decides, okay, now I'm real mad at you, Zuko, or whoever you are. And so, Musclear gets killed. Zuko. So now back to the story. Everyone is like, their eyes are like, turns to eggs, basically like popping out of their skulls. And when Zuko says this, it's time to play with you, all for one. I can't wait. So then they do like that Dragon Ball Z like fight one where they do like that the the thing. Yeah. But all for one is trying to give it his all, but Zuko was too overpowered. Heh. Once he did that, it was all over. For Zuko, or for all for one. So, as he used his full power, and yeah, as he could hear her, or he could, inside of his head, he could hear her voice, like her thoughts of embarrassment things. So he walks away, as it was not over, as All for One is about to kill. But the entire quirks couldn't activate. As they see in Zuko's hand and bunch of veiny things. But then when or all of them are like, they look at his hand as he says, you probably don't need these. Seems like a waste of quirks to be keeping you alive all these years, all for one. As he crushed all of them in a single thing. Yeah. As she knows, or that they know that when he gets mad, nothing stops him. So he calms down as he becomes a child again. Yeah. He does this little high-pitched voice. Yes. He's again. Yeah. But then after they all saw him, most of the girls that have like saw him being cute thing had those anime eyes, basically hearts. They all wanted to go run up to him and hugs him. Yeah. Because he is, like, strong. And so, then after that, the few days later, they, like, basically, she walks over and waits for him as she's embarrassed to, like, wants to tell him, as a young kid, the Zuko came up, as he did shut the quirk or his power off to be back to his, like, normal self, like the buffed up version. So she basically tells him that this is what he said, or that this is what she says to him. The one that knew how painful it is. It must be painful for you to shapeshift back and forth. Now, with my zero, it takes that pain away. So then, of course, she says this. Have you ever chosen anyone that, and as she knows that he would probably choose, like, someone like his sister, but then when he told her that he actually did choose two people, number one is actually you, as he points to her, as she could not believe that he chose her over anyone else. And of course then she asked him, who's number two? As he tells her that I could tell that Momo and you are trying to fight each other without you guys even realizing it. So, as he tells her that he would rather date both of you instead of both, or instead of one or the other, because he chose them. As the her. So she got like that, and as she runs up to him, hugs him, and kisses him. Yeah. So Momo, oh, was hiding on the other side of a wall, and she could not believe that he actually chose her and that other girl. And so they all three walked into UA as she wanted to tell him, as this is what he says, or this is what she said, that she's apologized to him. So she says, Zuko, I'm sorry for not treating you as a, because I thought in my own head that you were just like them, the ones that abused me, like beat me around. Then you're not like those others. There seems different. And so, okay, as he says, yeah, those people really do. I really hate those people more than anything, so I kind of get your pain. Heck, I thought I was gonna be like quirkless, but then when the doctor told me that I had a quirk, right? So I am happy about it. So I I hadn't really, and plus that group was actually part of the rock band and group, so I kind of know them. They have a weird analogy. Like what? As she asks. Well, see, I know that you want to protect all the girls from us boys. I respect you on that. But the ones that they want to, like, turn all the girls into slaves. Basically, yeah. And I wasn't part of their group, but I could tell that they wanted to turn you into the one of those like slaves things. As then she realized why the boy or those boys that bullied her tried to handcuff her and did inappropriate things to her body. So then she basically was like, she tilts her head down, like how anime characters do, as they have like a little black like line across their eyes. And he basically says in a very quiet voice, yes, thank you. Okay? As Zuko says, you're welcome. As so then, because they, of course, not Ochako, Momo was wondering why about that too. Like, how do you know this stuff without getting involved? Well, see, Momo, my infinity power, one of the groups of it is mind. So I basically can read your thoughts. One of the groups is ability. So, yeah. And I can see into the future too. So, if they try to do that to them, he'll end them. Like, he will definitely END them. Yeah. Like, basically, if they try to even steal all the girls and force them to be in, like, the auction. There's actually one day, like, I'm doing the skipping over the whole overhaul arc. They did save Ares and when they, of course, Toga in this What If, she was a villain, but she only wants to do it for the money thing, like protect or to steal all the money to have more things. But she was also spying on Zuko. And when she heard that there was a boy band or boy villains that could take girls and turn them into, like, slaves things. And I'm not trying to, like, influence the being like what they're doing. But this is just a what if, so I kind of changed some stuff. So yeah. He wants to. So one day, those same boys that were in prison, like in jail thing, they ended up going to there and stealing every girl that was on their list, including, like, Momo and her, and put them on a ship. Yep. Yeah, not. I will spell it out. SHIP. Yeah. To have them ship all the way to to some other part of the country. They will force the girls to be slaves thing. Yeah. So, but Zuko looked around. He looks in his sister's bedroom, and his sister wasn't there. As, or actually, there was someone kicked the door in, and then they got grabbed when the boys were sleeping. Only one is Zuko. Everybody else was like knocked out. And Zuko was like, as he could tell which boys that were, it's those same ones that like forced her to be a slave to them. Yeah. So, as he runs towards the dock, it was too late. They left about 32 miles away from the... As he's so mad, as he used his, like, quirk to make the ship bring right to him. As everyone's like, oh crap, oh crap. As he really brings it home. As he really is mad. As Mr. Aizawa was knocked out before. But when he got up, he goes over and sees Zuko bringing the entire ship thing. As they're like, okay, what are you doing? They have my friends. I know which ship belongs to them. As he sees says the boys that rule on the side of the boat. As he brings it, like drags it to them. Yeah. As Mr. Aizawa says, you kind of have personal experience with it. As he says, the reason why I wanted to become a pro hero for 2 reasons. To have freedom of speech, like everyone would be free, and 2, to save everyone from I don't care about as Mr. Aizawa knows that he thinks, or that he knows that of course, because Mr. Aizawa tells him that that you're doing a good job of it. I know that you think that you'll probably get banned, like from school, for using your quirk thing, but you aren't. You're just doing it to help others. Because when Mr. Aizawa saw Zuko, he thinks it would be like he sees the Cloud Boy, his friend, and as he pulls it, as the ship tried to resist, as his sister says, "You're in trouble now." What do you mean? Well, she's saying that when she made her brother mad, it's all over for you guys. So better say your prayers before a real demon comes out. Yeah. Then he did unlock the stage 4 and 5 and 6, an infinity stage. He's going right to the infinity stage. As yeah, he grabs the boat, brings it to him as he has it in neutral. So the boat isn't moving anywhere. Here, as he flies up to it, as Mr. Izawa could tell, that as Zuko killed basically all the boys that were all the villains that were on that ship, except for their captain, because their captain was basically who was sleeping at the time, as one of the crewmates is begging for his life as he looks at them. And as the Zuko looks at him and tells him, where are they? As Zuko, he was brought down to the jail cell thing, as he opens the door, as the girls were like, man, you knew. Yeah. So then the guy he got knocked out. Basically, like, yeah. And so all the girls that the boys thing, that's their band, or that's their, like, villain's group name. Him is. But they ended up destroying Zuko. Or no, they get destroyed by Zuko. And so the big guy, like their boss, comes out and says, what the heck is going on here? As he was mad. As all the girls that were on that boat went off of the boat. As Zuko can tell that there's a nuclear bomb underneath. That one of them set. As the boss is like, I don't care. I want all those girls back on the ship. Yeah. Well, he was mad. So is Zuko. As he tells his sister I'll be right back. As he goes up and he takes the boat and puts it somewhere far away from the city thing. As the bomb did activate before. So, this is going to be a final fight as the boss of the boys he was. As Zuko comes out, he says that you're gonna die. Hey, I know that you plan to use those girls to be slaves to all of them. Yeah. So basically both of them start battling. And Zuko, or the boss of those boys, he thought he has an upper hand. But then Zuko really gets his power going. He transformed into everyone, using everyone's quirks, using everyone's abilities. Like, he changed into everyone. He transformed into Mr. Aizawa, 13, Midnight, and like everyone that he ever known and loved. As yeah, he tells him that this is your sins. And Zuko's eyes went dark, like soulless person was now ready. And yes, he carried a sword as he kills that man. One through this, like, he jammed the blade into the boss's chest, killing him instantly. As the final 2 seconds of the bomb remains, and 1, and then boom, explosion happened, killing both of them. They thought Zuko and the boss was dead. But no. Zuko got knocked out because of the debris. And he had because Zero allows him to breathe underwater. So, as blood spewing from his forehead. And when they heard that Zuko died, they start to tear up as they start to run. And yeah, they start to run, as they wanted to tell themselves that Zuko will be fine. But then everyone knew in their hearts that Zuko is dead. As like Momo is blaming herself, or all of them are blaming themselves for Zuko's death. They should have been there. They should have done something. But then Zuko's blood, or when Zuko opens his eyes underwater, the time quirk took all of his blood back into his forehead. So yeah, as he gets up, as he shakes it off, as he sees the pile of corpse of the boss, the one that's actually his name, the boss, huh? I don't actually know who's the other ones. So Zuko is like upset that as he gets up, as he knows that the boss was beaten. So, yeah. So if you guys want me to do the final part, I'll be happy to do it. So, yeah. So, Zuko, no, here, I'll do it in part 4. So, please leave a like, share, subscribe.